enthusiasm about the contest, how excited I am about the categories and the contestants and the way this contest is run. I think that's something that would be a really unique feature that I'd have as Miss Gay America.
If you won that title and a whirlwind year has come and gone, you're getting ready to crown the next Miss Gay America, what would you like everyone to remember you for?
I would want them to remember me as a Miss Gay America who was an advocate for the contestants. I really believe that the job of Miss Gay America is to bring contestants to the system and to be there for them their entire journey to Miss America. What I like to do as just someone who goes to the pageants or who's in a show is I like to help people backstage, and I want them to know that the experience that I've had over the years of Miss Gay America is there for them to have as well. It's there for me to share. And as Miss Gay America, that's your job. You're there to share the contest with the rest of the contestants, because you are Miss Gay America, but it's not your contest. It's not even a title that you own. It's something that you shared with the other Miss Gay Americas, and it's something that you do for a year, and you've got to bring that to those contestants.
Which leads into there are a lot of administrative duties that would be a lot more than just being on stage, and you're prepared to handle all those, and you know what those duties are?
I feel like those are actually my strengths.
Okay.
I find that at a lot of preliminaries, people do come to me to ask those kinds of questions. Well, what should we do about this? Now my prop has to go on this way, and am I going to lose points if this happens? And because I have so much experience of the contest, and because I care about it so much, I really do know a lot of those answers, if not all of them. I'm also not afraid to say, I don't know, but let's go find out. Let's read the handbook. Let's go ask the promoters. I think it's important as Miss Gay America that you don't want to come across as, I know it all, and make a mistake. I think that you should be very human and say, I'm not exactly sure right now, but I'm going to let you know in a minute. And make sure that you get all of that across to the contestants.
That was our signal. We've got about a minute left. Would you like to ask us anything or leave us with any?
I just want to let you guys know that this is my 7th year competition, and I am here to become the next Miss Gay America. I feel like I'm the right choice for the contest. The things I can bring to the contest are me, the kind of human being that I am, the kind of person I am, the kind of respect I have for this contest, and making sure that this is a contest for young men who do female impersonation, and making sure that the contestants understand how exciting this contest is and what it can do for them. It can make you a stronger person, it can make you a better contestant, it can make you a better performer, and just make you happier as a whole if you learn from it that way.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate your
Good
time.
luck.
Thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of the contest.
Yeah, we will.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Benjamin. We'll see you later on.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Hello.
Good afternoon, judges. I'm contestant number 1. My given name is Carl Bailey. I present the illusion of Miss Celebrity Starr.
Have a seat. Tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Thank you very much. Sure. I'm currently 31 years old. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I was born and raised. I have 2 sisters. One of mine is actually a twin, and I have a 20-year-old sister. I'm employed currently at Hollywood Video, where I'm a training store director. I'm also a TSD, which is a training store director as well. Some of my hobbies include dancing, doing a lot with organizations, volunteer work, including the Miss Arizona Scholarship Pageant, which I've coached a couple girls that went on to Miss America. And I'm a Valley Big Brother. Some of my accomplishments in my life include being on Star Search in 1993. Didn't win, but I was on. I've also danced in Super Bowl 30. And some of my long-term goals are including going back to dancing, where I would like to pursue my career being on Broadway, and also being a single father.
You are a single father, or you,
I'm in the,
you want to be a single father?
I want to be a single father. I'm actually in the process right now of going through the adoption process.
Oh, right.
And how does that work in your state being, yeah?
Okay. Actually, Arizona is one of the few states actually in the United States that allows single parent adoption, and it doesn't matter if you're gay
What
or.
your orientation is?
Correct.
Okay. Good.
If you won Miss Gay America, how would you handle if you got adopted kid ahead of time? How would you handle having a kid and traveling as a Miss Gay America?
Actually, if I was to become Miss Gay America, that's when I would rely on my family. I'm real close with my twin sister, also my other sister, and of course my mom and dad and my grandparents. They know this is a dream of mine. If it doesn't happen this year, it will happen sometime. But if, in case it does happen, my family is very supportive with me being a father. Thank you.
What motivated you to become a female impersonator?
Actually, I was at Miss Gay Arizona back in 1995, and I was actually a background dancer. I think that's kind of how we all start. And Lucinda Holiday, who was actually Miss Arizona at the time, and also I saw my first Miss America. And she actually came up to me and was like, have you ever thought about being a female person? And I was like, you gotta be joking. Me? Little skinny me? I can't do that. And, I just, don't knock it till you try it. And I tried it, and I just love it. I love being Carl, and I love presenting, the illusion of Miss Celebrity Star. I love it. And that's how I started.
Thank you.
The bug bit you then, huh?
Huh?
The bug bit you then.
Just a little bit.
Did you have any obstacles preparing for this contest? And if so, how did you overcome them?
Oh my goodness, yes. You guys just don't know what I've had to go through to get here. I actually took a 4-year break coming back to Miss America. I had some personal problems in my life, so I had to kind of step away and focus on Carl for just a little bit. Actually did a prelim, one of the last prelims to get to Miss America this year, actually a couple weeks ago. Won Miss Mid-Atlantic, so I was all gung-ho. I thought I had an excellent promoter. The last couple times I was with the Miss America program, I had a couple of promoters that were kind of flaky, if I can use that term with you, kind of dropped out and fulfilled their obligations to me or to the system. Well, I thought I had a really good promoter on this trip. Well, actually a week ago, I got a call from my promoter saying he's no longer going to be part of the Miss Gay America family and is no longer going to fulfill his obligations as my promoter. So as of about 4 days ago, I had to come up with all this money to get here. So that's why I'm actually, as you see, I was kind of late yesterday in my lineup. I'm actually staying about 30 to 45 minutes away from this hotel, and it's just one thing after another has been trying and testing me. So I'm here. I'm happy to be here. It's been a long road. I took 4 years to get back here, and to finally be here, I'm just overjoyed and honored to be here. So if I seem a little frustrated yesterday, I apologize, but I'm all gung-ho. I'm here, and I'm ready to do what I got to do to meet my goal. My goal is just, I want to start small. I just want to become a top 10. That's always been a dream of mine, to be a top 10 finalist.
Well, let's say you're a top 10 finalist and you actually are crowned Miss Gay America and you have all the whirlwind activities that's going to take you through this next year. When the year is over with, what would you like to be remembered for? What would your legacy be?
Just being me, just being an entertainer. Each Miss Gay America has their own legacy. That's what they bring to the table. They're all so different and unique in their own way, and I like to be that person myself. I can't actually label it because I don't know what I would do if I was to become Miss Gay America. I know it's a lot of hard shoes to fill, especially with the formers and all, but I would just always be myself, and that's just me being Carl, friendly, outgoing, and very pleasant and personable.
What makes Carl happy? What makes Carl happy?
Just being Carl, being myself no matter what, never changing, no matter what life throws at you, I'm always Carl. And I can always make the good out of any bad situation. And that comes with my upbringing and also my religious beliefs as well.
I guess you showed that with the obstacles you were just thrown before you got here.
I tried. All I can do is say glory to God and hope that He'll help me, and He has.
What do you think sets you apart from the other 49 contestants?
Actually, I'm very talented. And that's one thing I feel that sets me apart. Not that any of the other contestants are talented, because they're all talented in their own way. But I actually am very talented. Dancing was my forte for so many years since I was 8 years old. And yeah, anyone can, I feel, can get up there and do a talent with sets and dancers. But I really like that they brought back, or they started the solo category. It gives me a chance to showcase what I can actually do on my own instead of with a bunch of dancers or sets. So that's what I feel personally sets me aside. And again, it's not knocking the other contestants because they're all very talented in their own way as well.
Well, is there something in this pageant system as you see it today that you would change or improve upon?
No, I actually like the new leadership the program is actually going to, and I also just love the new category change with the solo talent. I think it's excellent.
If you were to win the title, the job entails being a strong administrator as well as an entertainer. Which of those two do you think is the most challenging role, and why?
To be honest, I think they're both actually both very strong. One, I feel before you can actually do your duties as an administrator, you got to get the crowd involved. Let them know, hey, you're Miss Gay America, you're to represent, L&T Entertainment, and also you want to let the contestants know as an administrator that you're there to make sure you oversee the scores, everything is fair. I think we've all been in a pageant or two when we just felt things weren't correctly going the way they should have, and I've been in a couple pageants in my own state that I wasn't too proud of to say that, but I would just let them know I'd be in both. I think they're both important categories.
If you had to go to a PTA meeting with your kid, how would you handle the situation if one of the parents found out that you were a female impersonator? How would you explain to them that was this profession, or how would you explain your lifestyle as far as being a female impersonator?
I would actually, I would actually explain to them that it's actually a hobby of mine. As I told you guys before, I do actually have a job, and that's what pays my majority of my bills. Being a female impersonator is a hobby to me, and I will let them know that. Invite maybe them to come see a show, maybe show them some photos, and maybe let them see me get ready. It's kind of amazing how you can go from being a male to a female with that transition, with the work that we put into it, and the money and time invested in that. So I would actually show them that, and in a new relationship, and hopefully my partner can help me explain it as well to them, and invite them out to come see a show and what we're all about.
It not means that we have less than a minute.
Okay.
Like, would you like to ask us anything or leave us with any thoughts about you?
No, I just want to say I'm very, blessed to be here. As you guys know, kind of been through a lot the last week or so. My goal is just to become a top 10. That's always been a dream of mine. But if that doesn't happen, there's always next year, the year after that. And I'm just, again, honored to be here.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Honored to meet
It's good to meet you.
We'll see you later on, all right? Take care.
Okay, guys.
All right, bye-bye. Hey there.
How are you?
We're hanging in there. How about yourself?
I'm fine. My name is Lindsay Roberts, and this week you've seen the illusion of Tori Steele.
Have a seat, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll just go from there.
Okay. Well, my name is Lindsay Roberts. I have two brothers and a sister, and both of my parents were majors in the armed forces, so growing up I traveled a lot around in the United States and did Europe, but I was a little younger then at that time in Frankfurt, Germany. But after completion of high school, I attended the University of Oklahoma in Norman, Oklahoma, where I received my bachelor's degree in science. I majored in chemistry, minored in biology and mathematics. And through working at the university a little while, I was on the cheerleading squad there, where I worked for the National Cheerleading Association, based out of Dallas, Texas. And through that affiliation, I also had the pleasure of working with the NFL Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders for a couple of years. After that, I transferred and I wanted to complete my education, and I went to St. Louis, Missouri, where I started working on my master's at Washington University. After that, working on my master's in Washington University, I then transferred over and where I am residing right now in Tucson, Arizona, and I have like a year and a half before I finished that. I've been performing the art of female impersonation for about 6.5, almost 7 years, and this is my second year here at Miss America, and I'm really excited to be here and I've been following the art of female impersonation since 1990, but it wasn't until the last couple of years that I really wanted to compete. I was always a background dancer or prop person or dresser and all of that, so I was like, oh, I can do this. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
What makes you happy?
Life. Just waking up every day and because when I was 16, I had a sister that passed away, and it kind of made my family kind of separate a little, but then to an extent after a certain amount of months we were able to get back together, and every day I wake up I think about it, and I thank God for allowing me to wake up, and then so many tragedies in the world today that I'm just happy. 99.9% of the time I smile even though I can be stressed. You know, I'm overall a happy person just to breathe every day.
You say that you've been following pageantry since 1990. What effects, good or bad, do you think that the new ownership is going to have on the Miss Gay America pageant?
I think that it's a wonderful thing because a lot of people are afraid of change. And change can be a good thing. Not that I'm saying that the past owner didn't do a fabulous job, but I think it's always good to bring in new life, new ideas. And now that we have two different personalities, that I think that it's going to be a wonderful thing, and they are going to continue to uphold the symbol of excellence, and it's just going to go higher from here. So I think that the new owners are going to bring life to it, and we tend to get into the same, every day it's building up, but I think with the new change that people are afraid of change, and I think with the new change that it's going to be awesome.
Well, if you were the new owner or as an entertainer, would there be something that you would like to see added or taken away from the pageant system, or anything that we could improve upon?
Actually, I think that since now I reside in the Midwest, and honestly, in the Midwest, the America system isn't as popular. So I think I would, being an owner, I would like to focus on that and try to get a hold of some of the entertainers in the West and try to get it to really get going in the West as it is in the Midwest and the East Coast. And I think as a owner, I think that they should try to promote it a little more in the
Maybe as Miss
Midwest.
Gay America, you could go out there and do some promotion yourself, right?
Yes, as a former Miss Arizona, I've been doing that. I've been trying to get a hold of my friends in Nevada, in Las Vegas, and also in San Francisco, and because the American system, like I said, isn't in that area. So I would like to see it more out in the West because we have a lot of talent in the West, I think.
Thank you.
As Miss Gay America, you know that there are a lot of administrative duties that we have to handle. You're expected to do a contestant orientation and choose a category and describe that category that you're going to do for your orientation to the new contestants.
Okay. I would say that it would be evening gown. And I think in that category, I would explain to them to go with the style and choice that they choose. Make sure that it fits to the utmost to the sleeves and to the floor. Like I said, they can go with the style that they choose. However, I think that it needs to be a specific as far as in the pageant, in the American system, the guys tend to want to wear something that might come off the shoulders or anything, and being that we're men, you're more than welcome to wear that style of dress. However, you want to make sure that it complements your figure and that everything works okay with you. But you do have your choice, your style, and just make sure that it's complimenting you, and that as long as you feel good in it and you can sell it, then I think that it would do well on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In one word, describe yourself and why.
The one word that describes me is happy. And I say happy because 9.9% of the time I am overwhelmingly happy. I have a good time, I enjoy life, and I'm just excited to be here.
That not means that we've got about a minute. If you want to ask us something, or if you'd like to leave us with any information about yourself that we haven't covered.
I would just like to say that I'm so excited to be here, and that even though this is my second year, I feel like it's my 15th. and you know, it's every day you have obstacles, and I feel at this very moment that financially it is overwhelming. It can be overwhelming, and that no matter what the outcome is, I'm a winner. At this point, I am a winner because I made it here, and I made it through Evening Gown of Talent last night. And so I would just like to say thank you, and thank the American system. And if not the Puna on Sunday, you will see me back again next year.
And we thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much.
Good luck.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
It's good to talk
Thank
to you.
you.
Good luck.
You too. Take care.
See you later on.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
Bye-bye now.
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Victor Jefferson. I also go by Onyx, and I'm first alternate to Miss Texas.
Proceed. Thank you. Briefly tell us a little about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. After the age of 18, I joined the military. I was in the United States Navy for 5 years until they discharged me for being a homosexual. After being discharged, I moved to Rochester, New York, and that's where I discovered the art of female impersonation from the lovely Miss Maya Douglas. And ever since then, it's been about 15 years ago, I've been performing not only in New York, but in San Diego, Washington State, and now in Texas, where I have the job of now being assistant manager and show director of the Rose Room. That's about it.
Well, that would keep you very busy.
Quite.
How would you handle that if you take the crown?
Well, if I take the crown of Miss America, I would have to, balance the whole thing with managing the club, managing the show. But one good thing I do have is my general manager is also a female impersonator, Edna Jean Robinson. So we work hand in hand when it comes to female impersonation. So we just step up and we work together and get everything done.
I was very impressed with your Patty.
Why, thank you. Thank you.
How long have you been doing Patty?
Well, Patty, I think I've been doing for about 8 years now. Yeah, about 8 years, and I love Patty Lowe. I've watched her since I was a child, and I even have a picture of her and I together, me and drag, and she's just wonderful. Love her. She's, she was born May 24th. I was born May 23rd, so.
She gave you many pointers.
She never saw me perform though, but she was very nice to me, very nice. She told me I was beautiful, and that made me happy. So.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Actually waking up every morning and doing my day and making sure that I have impacted somebody, during the day, especially with my job as being assistant manager and being show director. I have many people I have to deal with constantly. And I'm learning how to deal with so many attitudes and different people and things like that. And it probably will help me out being, if I become Miss America, because you deal with so many people, so many different promoters, so many different contestants, give advice and things like that. So it's helped me out in the long run.
Well, that kind of segues into if you work around Miss America, and, there are a lot of administrative duties. So, say, during this pageant that you saw one of us as a judge doing something inappropriate, how would you handle that?
Well, the first thing I would do is tell Miss Gay America. I wouldn't just come up to the judge. I'd use the chain of command, which I was taught in the military. You should always use your chain of command. You go to the person that's right above you, and then let them take it from that point.
Did you have any obstacles in preparing for this contest, and if so,
Oh
how
my
did you overcome them?
Obstacles. Well, first of all, when becoming first alternate to Miss Texas was an obstacle in itself, because I had just recently got the job of assistant manager, and just now getting the hang of being show director, so I had to juggle all that. So then after winning first alternate, my promoter has not done or did anything he was said he was going to do. He was giving me a lot of runaround about, his finances and things like that. So I had to pull all my resources together and get to where I needed to be. And hopefully I'm doing a great job in this with all the other things I had to deal with just by getting here. So.
You were stating that your family is there, but are they supportive of you?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. My mom has never seen me perform. We don't talk about it. Actually, we don't even talk much. My father's nowhere to be found. So.
Okay.
But, being a part of this community, you create your own family.
Exactly.
You create your own family, and you get the support and the love you need from the people that support you.
Excuse me.
And I have a wonderful, wonderful support group.
Good.
For you.
Good. Thank you.
How did you choose your evening gown? What made you
Well,
decide to wear a fabric gown?
it's a new system, and they want to take it in a whole new direction. And America, for so long there was so many beaded gowns, and you could only see beaded gowns for so long. And I tried the gown on, and the minute I tried it on, I knew it was me. When you have a gown that it's you, I don't care if it has a bead on it or it doesn't have a bead on it. You will model that gown like it's a part of you. And that's why I chose that gown.
In one word, describe yourself.
One word, a procrastinator. I procrastinate so much, but I get it done in the end. But I procrastinate, and I've been trying to work on that for the
Were
longest.
you running around like crazy last night?
Actually, yes, because everything was laid out, and I'm thinking, okay, I got time, and I'm like, oh my God, I just lost track of time, and I need to work on that time thing. But I'm working on it. I'm doing quite well.
Well, if you win Miss Gay America and the year goes by quickly, and what legacy would you like to be remembered for?
If I was to win Miss Gay America, I want everyone to know me as someone like a big sister. No matter what it is, no matter what you need, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be there to help you. I'll be there to teach you if you need it. I just want you to know that you can depend on me no matter what.
How many are on the cast of the Rose Room?
Right now, we have a total of 8. And one's a former, well, I have 2, a former Miss USA at large, former Miss USA, a former Miss America, and a former Miss Texas America. Oh, and a former Miss Continental, Miss Maya Douglas. Yeah.
So actually, are you performing in the show with them, or are you
I perform
just-
every now and then, but I'm in charge of the show and make sure the show runs well. I do all the bookings and things like that for the
And
show.
with all those divas you just listed, how do you deal with that?
Well, that's what I'm
I
learning.
said that with respect.
Right. I mean, that was the hardest thing when I first got the job, is dealing with so many girls who've won all these national titles, and I haven't even won a state title yet. And I am now in charge of these girls. And first of all, you have to get respect. Okay? You give respect, and then you get respect. And once I gave them their respect, they started giving me my respect. So we work together now, and everything's fabulous.
Is there anything you would like to leave us with, or anything you would like to know from us before your interview's over?
No, I just think, I hope that my package that I'm bringing to Miss America will, let you know that I'm willing to be Miss America, but I'm not willing to be like the stereotypical Miss America. If we're going to bring this into a new generation, you need a new type of Miss America, and I'm willing to be that.
Well, thank you.
Right, thank you. You guys have a good evening.
We'll see you
Good
later
luck.
on.
Good luck.
For you, Steve, how are you, sir?
Hi, Steve. My name is Michael. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Vicky.
Vicky. Very nice.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Nice to
Hi.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tell us just a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Okay. My name is Michael Poole, like I introduced myself. I come to you from Hagerstown, Maryland. I'm 44 years old. I'm a market trainer and educator for the Regis Corporation, and I also work for Paul Mitchell as one of their designers in the east part of the States. I was born and raised on a farm, lived there for 22 years, and it's kind of hard to think that I create the illusion of Stephanie Michaels as being a big, huge farm boy, but somehow it worked out. So, and right now, like I said, I work for Regis, and I've been doing female impersonation for since I was 18, about 26 years. So, past, present, future, so there.
And in those 26 years, you regret anything?
To be honest with you, no. I don't regret nothing at all.
What did you learn?
I learned to be a better person. I learned to be more tolerant of people and some of their actions, especially in the straight world versus the gay community. Because in my farm community where I grew up, I mean, I was always known as the little pole sissy boy. And farm country, you just take it and you go on. And I learned that was just pretty much their ignorance because they didn't know. And I tried to make my community aware of what was going on and things like that. So eventually, then I just moved to Hagerstown and got on with my life. And I go home 3 times a month, and when they need help on the farm, I go back home and take care of that too. So I learned just to be a better person and all, and just take everyone's opinions. That's exactly what they are, is their opinions.
As a person that was raised on the farm,
Mhm.
your family, how did they accept you?
Well, first, my mom blamed my dad. My dad blamed my mom. I was like, it's neither one of your faults. Believe me, it's genetics, okay? It's genetics. It's from both of you. I'll blame you both. My dad still has a rough time with it here and there, but as long as I do the boy thing and I work on the cars and I help on the farm, and he's cool with it. But my mom, she's been to the pageant, she's been to the shows. My older brother, younger brother, and sister have both been. And when my niece was born, my younger brother called me and says, how do you spell your name? I said, what name? It's Michael. No, your drag name. I was like, it's Stephanie, so I spelled it. He says, how do you spell Michael? I said, it's the E before the A. He said, okay, so now I have a niece whose name is Stephanie Michelle, but it's pronounced Michael, so.
Yeah, wonderful.
You know, so, and she's my 16-year-old diva right now. She's like going through this rage of this gothic, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with gothic. Because I wanted a beauty queen.
Been there, done that.
You know, and I got a gothic girl. Auburn red hair, and it's dyed coal black with hot cherry roots at this point.
Those letters next year it'll be something.
I'm hoping 17 will bring in the beauty.
Just
So.
a phase.
You know, so, but they're all cool with it, you know, so I have no problems. And even my aunts and my uncles and my grandparents, my grandfather especially, used to introduce me to his friends as his confirmed bachelor grandson. You know, so I thought, okay, that's Granddaddy's way of handling it.
Right.
So, but it's all good.
With working with Regis and all, will you be able to